Hi, I haven't updated you in ages. It is Tuesday, I think like 19th or 18th of February. I'm going to American Academy to work. It's like 10 o'clock. I want to film you like a proper update today, like with reading and everything. It's like properly cold today. I need to wear like my proper winter coat. We went to see like a fountain that is part of our building. Funnily enough, we needed to like a private tour and pay like €4 to get in, but it was really nice beginning of the day. Usually on Tuesday we have a cup of coffee together with the other people that live in the institute, and now I'm going back to American Academy. I have been working there quite a lot, and honestly last week I just worked so much, but it has been really great. I'm going to go to work. Sadly enough, I don't have lunch with me. I was too lazy to go to grocery store during the weekend or yesterday. We actually we ordered some pizza for dinner. Like I ate some leftover pizza for lunch from a weekend, and then I also had pizza for dinner. We watched Fellini's Roma in Rome and ordered some pizza, and it was really fun. Yeah, but I don't have lunch with me. I just have like an energy bar and clementine and water. This place actually has a bar, so we will see if I get a sandwich there, because it would be very unwise to work and not eat. I have done this a couple of times, not having lunch, and it wasn't good. But yeah, today is a busy day. Firstly the library, and then we have a presentation of one of our researchers here in the same building. So I'm going to work and then go home, probably eat something and relax a little bit, and then we have the presentation. I'm having like a really bad panic of realizing that this is the last like whole week I have here. I'm leaving next Friday, so there is still time, but honestly it's like I have so much work to do, but I also have so much things I want to do instead of working. So I'm panicking a little bit, but I'm also really glad to go home because I had quite a meh weekend, like homesickness wise, but Sunday was really good. But yeah, I'm just babbling and I need to go to library. And that is the American Academy where I work. Okay, I'm home. This will be like a very long ramble. I'm firstly going to maybe talk to you about work stuff, and then some like reading updates. It's 5 o'clock. I always tell myself that I will leave 4 o'clock. I kind of always end up leaving like 4:30. And surprisingly enough, I knew this from the beginning. I didn't get lunch, partly because there wasn't any sandwiches left. Like, I think if you want to have a sandwich there, you will have to like reserve it. And I think I wasn't like at the right time, so I just ate like a granola bar and a clementine and cappuccino. But the cappuccino there is excellent. Like, that is what I'm going to miss in Finland. It's the excellent cappuccinos. It was so good. It was an intense work day, but today I had the like the best focus. I read tons and tons. Like for some days before lunch I'm not getting in the flow, but today like immediately and it was really nice. Today I finished Saints and Society, which was really good. And now I'm just trying to read like several chapters in every book. Like I would ideally like to read a lot from those books, but I'm just going to save the time and read everything that is necessary because I'm just running out of time. I also need to look into what I still have to do work-wise here. The library that I'm staying in has like an incredible source material where I can just get like articles downloaded into my laptop. I think at some point this week I'm going to just spend time and look what I need to get from there. I think I mentioned that I have a presentation, so it was on Friday, and funnily enough, like I made such a good notes, and for some reason they didn't like save into my cloud service, so I lost half of my notes, and I realized that only like 30 minutes to my presentation when I started looking them up. But overall, the presentation went quite well. And it was like a really good process to make the presentation and just look through everything that I have researched here. And I think I have a definite source material. Like I'm a little bit hesitant to say it out loud, but I think I have that settled. That was actually the goal to go in Rome to finalize especially the late medieval source material. And I think I have enough, which is great. Otherwise, yeah, it just has been sitting in library, but I have just been loving like work. Just sitting in the library and being able to focus completely is incredible. And also, this has been just a really good booster for my work life. Still no funding. I have actually a funding application to do this week. I thought I had them all. This one is quite easy peasy, I think. So I will do that probably tomorrow. Like my work week will look a little bit different this week. So tomorrow I'm actually going to Vatican City because I haven't been there the entirety of the month. I think I just need to like take some time off from like archives and go there, because I have realized that I don't want to go to Vatican City during the weekend because it's just so intense. So I'm going tomorrow in the afternoon, and then on Thursday I think I'm going to go to American Academy and see if I can manage to do everything that I need to do there. And then on Friday I'm going to Siena, so I have like an extended weekend and it sounds really nice. I thought I would do some reading updates. Firstly, I don't remember if I have shown you any of the book purchases I have made here. I don't remember if I showed you Lady Anna by Antoine Trollope. I was quite pleased that I found an Antoine Trollope. And then on Sunday I actually went to a bookstore. We had a really lovely Sunday. We went for a long walk and we basically saw every big thing in Rome, like Colosseum and everything. And I forgot that I'm vlogging, so I didn't probably take like any clips from the walk. And then we visited some churches, which was really nice. So yeah, then we went to have lunch and I managed to try out all the 3 like really traditional pastas in Italy, so cacio e pepe, amatriciana and carbonara. I think I prefer carbonara over them all. And then after that I went to bookstore because I needed to get a new diary. I finished my last one that I have been like devotedly writing into every morning, And I got this really nice like soft cover. The pages look good, and yeah, I got that. But then I finally caved in and got myself a book. I also got a gift from my friend for his birthday. But I have been wanting to read Marguerite Yourcenar's Memoirs of Hadrian. I was surprised how expensive books are, actually, like new books, English books. But I got this. We will see if I get into this like here or not. So those are some purchases that I have been getting from like bookstores and stuff. And then I thought I would give some reading updates. I'm opening up my Kindle. In all honesty, like, I do enjoy reading on my Kindle, but I also really miss like physical reading, because I am staring at the screen so much during the day that I'm not always eager on reading books like free time. I was talking about like telling you what I downloaded for my Kindle when I came here. I got 2 like fiction books and then 2 non-fiction books. The non-fiction books are spiritual, so I got The Divine Conspiracy by Dallas Willard. I'm like 11% through that, and then I need to read Following the Apostles, A Vision by Peter Ruenfeld, because I'm actually going on a trip to Turkey, and that is a required reading. So it's the disciple making church plant and church planting movements. So those are 2 like spiritual non-fiction books I'm currently reading. And then the fiction books. I'm first into A Voice in the Wind by Francine Rivers. I'm almost done with it. I'm 70% into it. It's historical fiction novel set in ancient Rome. It has like Christian vibes, following a Christian girl who is sold as a slave from Jerusalem to Rome, and it's really brutal. I read other book by Francine Rivers. Was it Redeeming Love or something? And I really enjoyed it, but this isn't actually based on any biblical stories. The Redeeming Love was based on a biblical story. But I am really enjoying A Voice in the Wind, and I love the evangelical take on it, how Hadasha, the Christian, is trying to figure out how to tell the gospel in a pagan world, also in a world that is very hateful towards Christians. Milena recommended Anna Elliott's Georgiana Darcy's Diary, and it was free on Kindle, so I uploaded that. So yeah, those are like books I'm reading on my Kindle. I'm also listening to audiobook. I bought Wintering by Catherine May, and it's really good so far. It's a memoir focusing on like illness and how you need to allow your body to rest and how we all have like our wintering seasons, and it's oddly comforting to listen to them, the book, while I'm trying to nap because even though I'm really tired, like I could go and have a nap right now before leaving for the presentation, but I am just like, I can't honestly nap after the insomnia. I just can't get my body into relaxation mode enough to nap during the days. Like, I sleep perfectly well during the night, but napping is just almost impossible. So that is the reason why I'm going to bed like 10 o'clock every day, because I'm just so exhausted and I can't nap. But yeah, that was a really rambling update. Yeah, today I have a presentation of my friend and colleague here in American Academy as well, and then I'm just going to come home and probably fall asleep, because I have a call with my mentor tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. my time. it feels like a struggle to get out of bed, read my Bible and pray and be ready for the call. But I think I will skip like properly getting ready because I am working from home tomorrow. So I think I'm just going to skip like getting makeup on before calling her. Yeah, it has been really comforting to have that, to call her every week. Even when I'm in Rome, I have also been calling my friends quite a bit. Like on Sunday, I had like a 2-hour call. I'm missing home, but I'm also really grateful to be here. Hi, I'm actually in Siena in my beautiful bed and breakfast. I arrived like maybe 2 hours ago. I got lost. No surprises here. Then I checked in. I had a very good lunch. Like food here so far has been better than anything I have eaten in Rome. Like food in Rome, like pizza is really good, but I haven't been so keen on pasta. But I had like truffle ravioli and it was incredible. I have like 2 days here, so I'm leaving 6:30 tomorrow evening. I have my tickets printed out. I'm here looking at the map. So this is like completely a tourist trip. I just want to get into everything Catherine of Siena visited. I don't know if I have mentioned, but I'm actually like basically doing my PhD on Catherine of Siena. So of course I came to Siena. This place is so much more chill than Rome. I already love it here. So yeah, I think I'm going to go to Santa Maria della Scala and Museo Civico because it's, I think, one of the oldest European hospitals, and it's also a museum. And then I also want to finish, of course, the Basilica San Domenico, where Catherine, or at least Catherine's head, is buried. So there's some relics, but I don't know if I will get into that also. And then tomorrow I have tickets to go to Duomo. So maybe tomorrow I will do like a proper like church round, and today museum, because I haven't been into art museum like in Rome. I'm not that interested in Vatican museum. I went to Vatican a couple of days ago and that was enough for me. I went to the post office and visited the St. Peter's Cathedral, but it's just too touristy for my liking. We will see if I get into any museums in Rome. I'm running out of time. I want to visit the Keats and Shelley Museum, but I don't think I will have time to go to like Capitolium or anything. I have also been there. So I think I'm going to save my museum interested in Siena. Yeah, the bus trip here was really lovely. I decided to go by bus because if I wanted to go by train, I would have to change in Florence, and that just sounded too stressful. So I took a bus from Rome. It was quite long to get into the bus station. That lasted only like an hour, like over an hour. But the bus trip from Rome to Siena was like under 3 hours, and it was really nice. Just sitting there reading. I will do a reading update because I finished a book. But yeah, I'm just keen on getting to the city and looking through everything. And yeah, I'm just excited to film some clips, and overall just like be a true tourist in Italy. I'm excited. Happy Sunday. So it is end of my last full week here in Rome. I came home from Siena yesterday. I actually decided to book an earlier bus ticket because the one that I got delayed like an hour and a half, and like at 2 o'clock I was already so tired, so cold because it was so rainy, that I decided to book an earlier ticket, which meant that I was back in Rome before my bus wouldn't have even left Siena. And that was actually a really good idea because yeah, I loved being a tourist in Siena. It was incredible, the city. It was so quiet and so beautiful. It was really nice. Like I said, the town, the city center was absolutely beautiful. I visited so many beautiful museums. It was just really lovely traveling alone. I have been starting to love traveling alone. The thought of going to Siena alone was a little bit frightening, but I absolutely ended up loving it because I didn't have to like think about anyone else and their preferences when traveling, because I could just like spend the whole day in museum if I wanted to. On Friday, I went to Santa Maria della Scala, I think. It was like one of the oldest hospitals that can be found in Europe, and it's also partly a museum, and that place was incredible. Then I think I visited some other museum. I can't remember. Like I visited so many places in Siena that I feel they are blurred together. On Saturday I went to a couple of churches. So of course I went to Siena, the Duomo Siena. It was really beautiful. And then I went to the place that some of the relics of Catherine of Siena are, so like her head. That was a really interesting place. Then I also went to the house of Catherine of Siena. I mean, it has been changed into like the place of devotion, but it was also really interesting to go there. And then I visited Museum Civico. I got a shirt there. So yeah, it was like a really full-packed couple of days, which ended up leaving me very exhausted, and I'm really exhausted today. But luckily it is Sunday. We have been watching a couple of like Fellini films here. Yesterday we watched La Dolce Vita, which was interesting. I'm not really sure how I enjoy Fellini's film. Like aesthetically pleasing, they create a certain kind of atmosphere. Usually by the end of the film I'm kind of getting sick of all the chaoticness of the film, but it's interesting enough to be watching Fellini films in Rome. So we watched Roma. I think last week, and yesterday we watched La Dolce Vita. Yeah, today it's actually like 17 degrees outside, so I'm currently doing laundry. And after that, I'm going to try and go to Villa Borghese, or the park. You need to reserve the ticket to go to the museum. And I kind of don't want to go to the museum. I just want to be outside. I want to take my book with me. I want to take my Bible with me. And I just want to go there and wander and just spend time with Jesus. But I have actually finished 2 books during this weekend. So I finished A Voice in the Wind by Francine Rivas. On my way to Siena on Friday, I really enjoyed it. I definitely want to continue the series, so it is a trilogy. It was quite hard-hitting and quite gruesome, but I loved the way Hadasha stayed true to her faith, even though she was tempted and even though she was, at risk of getting killed because of her religion. But yeah, it was really incredible. I really enjoyed it. And today morning, I actually finished listening to Wintering by Catherine May, I think. I've ended up feeling a little bit meh about this. I started it really well, enjoying it, but I find it hard to describe why I didn't particularly enjoy it. Like maybe because it didn't really have a certain kind of structure. Like the story flowed, and I loved when Catherine May talked about like her illness and her wintering, but for some reason I found it quite self-centered, which is odd to say when reading a memoir. But yeah, I ended up giving it like 3 stars. But yeah, my laundry is almost ready. So I'm going to go and pick them up and put them to dry, and then I'm going to go outside to walk, and it will be really nice. Yeah, I think like next week will be really exhausting because I still have quite a lot work to do. Like I took it quite slow this week with work because I realized that I actually can take some days off here. Like I don't have to do work non-stop even though I am on a work trip. So that is why the trip to Siena was really precious to me, because I took some time off, and even though traveling was exhausting, I'm really happy that I decided to go there. And now, yeah, I'm just going to rest and then tomorrow back to archives. Okay, let's have a cozy chat on my floor. One thing that I regret so much was that I didn't bring my tripod. Honestly, like I left quite many silly things in Finland because I thought I wouldn't need them, and then I have come to realization that I would have needed a lot of things that I left at home. It has been really tired Sunday. Honestly, I don't remember if I have talked about this in any of the clips, but I'm finding it really hard to relax here. Like I have always had a little bit of a bad habit not being able to relax in any other place than in my home. That's quite bad because I'm traveling quite a bit for my work, and that is one reason why I'm really happy to go home. It has been really nice to be here, but also so exhausting. Like I didn't realize how exhausting living abroad would be like. And maybe I would get used to this like after a couple of months. But honestly, even though I have been sleeping quite a bit during the nights, it's still quite exhausting. Like weekends, I'm always wanting to do so much, but usually like couple of last weekends, I just have had a day that I don't really want to do anything. I'm trying to find a balance between like honoring my body, honoring my needs, and also trying to kick myself out from a bad habit of like staying in my tiredness. But today has been like savoring the rest day. So I went to a nearby park. I didn't went to Villa Borghese because it would have taken like hour on a public transport, and honestly, like if the app says that it takes an hour, it will take a lot more. I decided to go to like a nearby park, and it was really nice. It was really warm. I spent some time there reading, watching the dogs play, and answering some voice messages. And then I just have been doing laundry, laying in my bed, reading my Bible, listening to podcast, and now I have been editing. It feels odd because I always feel guilty here in Rome having a day like this, but in Finland I don't feel guilty after having a day like this. It's odd that I have realized that I'm currently living my dream life. When I was like a teenager, I thought it would be so cool to live abroad. And honestly, at this point, I'm already dreaming of Finland. I'm dreaming of proper heating. I'm dreaming of proper shower. I'm dreaming of going outside and having peace and quietness inside my head and outside. I'm missing that people won't be rude to me because I don't understand them. This I should have probably learned a little bit Italian before I went, before I got there here, because Italian people, yeah, they can be nice if I don't understand them correctly, but also like people at the grocery store or something are so frustrated when I don't understand them. And I try to speak like a mixture of Italian and English. At the end of the day, I don't want to live abroad. I want to go to Finland and I want to stay there. Or I don't want to live alone abroad. I could imagine living like when I'm married or something abroad, but not alone, not alone. And by the way, I didn't mention, but we got the heating on back, like before I left to Siena, and it's really nice that we have the heating, but it's still, Italian people don't know how to heat the places properly, like it's either too cold or too hot. So today I have been reading a little bit more of Georgiana Darcy's diary. I'm like 25% into it, and it seems like it's really quick to get through. Nothing spectacular yet. I don't know if I'm just not in the mood for that, but I will finish it because it's a quick read. Yeah, only I'm going to stop rambling. I have my cold green tea. This is a bad habit that people always laugh at me, that I kind of leave tea or coffee cold, but I still drink them in the end. I hope you have been enjoying my Italian content. I am hoping to get a good rest because I have a busy week ahead. So that ends my footage from Rome. It's actually 7th of April, so it's over a month that I have been in at home in Finland. It took me ages to get back into that footage, partly because once the time got by, it somehow got almost too painful to go back to editing those last pieces of footage, because honestly I can see from those last clips how tired I was. And basically the last week I was so tired that I didn't really get anything done, like work-wise. Like, in all honesty, Rome was an interesting experience to look back into those things that I filmed. I keep telling you how exhausted I am and how busy I am and how I'm stressed about everything that I need to get. And at some point, like, I was just so stressed about all things that I should be doing, even though I didn't really have like any settled plan what to do. So looking back into that footage and overall a month in Rome, I just realized how much easier it would have been if I had given myself enough rest and being kinder to myself. It was really nice to look back into those couple of days in Siena, and overall I do miss Rome, but it was also such a tiresome experience of living in another country for a month. So after that, like the last week, I actually got a little bit sick in the beginning of the last week, and then I traveled back to home on Friday. I took week of rest next week, and then I have been trying to get back into work, but honestly find it a little bit hard to balance my life, my mental health, my well-being and work. I have been battling with needing to do stuff and also not being able to do the stuff. It was an incredible experience. I'm really grateful I went there, and I realized I never really actually talked about my research, and someone actually asked me in the comments like, can you explain a little bit what does your PhD look like? I mentioned that I'm doing my PhD on Catherine of Siena, but it's basically so much more. So to put it short, I am researching aesthetic models, how they were portrayed in the life of Catherine Siena, in like a city, urban city environment, and also looking back at the aesthetic models of desert fathers, like the early church, how they are imitated in the life of Catherine of Siena, and how the different environments, different eras affected how aesthetic models were formed. And while I was in Italy, also of course because I'm focusing on Italian saints, and it was really great to be there, read everything, but like I realized that month is a really short time, and I wish I should have given myself the grace to just focus on what felt good and not push myself through so much unnecessary stress. It's like my first proper year of PhD, and I have heard that a lot of people are lost and wondering during the first year. That was my month in Rome, a little bit of reflection. I'm hoping to come back now and start to create more content. I felt I didn't want to create more content before I have finished going back to that Rome footage. But yeah, it was a little bit painful, at least, especially looking at those last footages and seeing how I needed a break, and I couldn't give myself that. I hope you enjoyed these two vlogs. I'm hoping to continue doing this kind of vlogs, but I'm also thinking maybe I should film some sort of like wrap up of all the books I have finished so far this year, because I think I have like 25-ish or something, so I could just like do like a proper wrap up, like a proper sit down video. Like creating content, it's a little bit tricky. I have a little bit of an odd relationship with it. I enjoy creating content, but then going through the editing process, and especially like my mental process with creating stuff and being too critical, it's sometimes just too much for my brain to deal with all my self-criticism. But I also enjoy creating content so much. That is the current crisis with content creation. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vlog and following my journey in Rome, and I would love to know how you are doing, and I hope we will meet again soon.